Good evening, folks. Welcome back to another week of MMTV. Today is Sunday, February 20th, 2022. This is your host, Samantha, and we are back starting this February break off with a great lineup of segments. Chris starts off his segment, Drum Studio, this week an original song featuring his sister on the flute. Marissa promptly follows by sharing another question of the week.
Usually I take a break to not overwhelm myself and get too stressed out. Maybe listen to some music while I do homework so it's like more fun and stuff. Usually try not to stress myself, like calm down before I get too overwhelmed.
Most of the time I just throw the homework out and then pretend I never got it. So then the teacher has to help me do it.
Tend to procrastinate a little bit and then get it done really fast. Or write down very minimalistic, probably not the best answers.
Overwhelming. I kind of panic a little bit and kind of not do it for a while, and then I realize that the quarter's ending and then I do it.
I play Madden. And no, I'm not kidding.
I find something else to do for like 10 minutes and then go back to it because it's usually just a headspace thing.
Yeah, usually I like either ask my friends or like take a break.
I don't do it. I don't do it. I try and then I ask for help. And if that doesn't work, I just wait.
I usually try to get it done the best I can, but if I can't, I just prioritize like my health and just making myself happy. And usually I'll reach out to my teachers and explain to them, and they're pretty understanding.
And then I would go to a different subject, or I try to wait through that assignment.
And like don't overthink it, and I just finish that one step and then move on to another step.
The Elizabeth Friedman Center Drive has officially ended this past Tuesday. Thank you so much for your generosity. We resulted in donating approximately 175 products, and the freshman class held the position for the most donations. It is amazing to see everyone come out and support the ones who need it most. This week, on Student Profile, we meet fellow student Emily. Let's see what Rosie has to share about her. Then, Conrad asks about the power of $300 on his segment. You ask, we answer.
This is Emily Danello. Emily is a sophomore here at Monument. Emily's favorite thing about Monument is all of the teachers here. Once she's out of high school, Emily hopes to become a teacher herself and to travel the world. In her free time, Emily loves hanging out with her friends and family. She also plays softball for the team here at Monument. Some fun facts about Emily are that she has driven from Massachusetts to Nebraska, she has 4 siblings, and her favorite movie is Grown Ups. Emily's favorite class to take here at Monument is history. That was this week's Student Profile. Join us next week for more.
All right, what do you want to learn about?
How it feels like to make $300.
Nah. Mr. Weber, what does it feel like making around $300?
It's really cool.
Nice. I'm so nice. How does it feel making $300? This is for MMTV.
It feels good, depending on how hard I had to work for it.
Yeah, nice. All right, sir. What does it feel like to make $300?
It feels pretty good. I feel like I'm on top of the world right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to make $300?
I feel very accomplished. It feels great. Yeah.
I love money. Perfect. Oh, I'll see you boys later.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. How does it feel to make $300?
Super great. It feels like I can spend it all on whatever I want.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, sir. How does it feel to make $300?
It's amazing, dude.
Excuse me, sir. How do you think it feels to make $300?
Like you got money.
Perfect. Have you ever made $300, sir?
Yes, sir, bro.
How does it feel to make $300?
Feels fucking neat.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hey, sir. Excuse me. How does it feel to make $300?
What?
How does it feel to make $300?
Feels like it would feel to make $300.
Feels real good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me, Quinn, how does it feel to make $300?
I have not made
regularly.
$300.
Excuse me, sir. How does it feel to make $300?
Feels great.
Thank you. And there he goes. Off to class. Goodbye, Quinn.
Do not forget, it is finally February break, and President's Day is tomorrow. There will be no school until Monday the 28th. Enjoy the time off and stay healthy. In the spirit of break, Sam will be sharing his perspective on video games. But if video games aren't your fancy, Nick reviews more music on his segment, Music Reviews.
After reviewing SMT Nocturne last week, I decided to look at a game in the same series, but a bit more niche. Soul Hackers was released for the Sega Saturn and PlayStation in 1997, as well as being remastered in 2012 for the Nintendo 3DS. The game setting is a mix of a contemporary and cyberpunk aesthetic. The field gameplay is in first person, giving the game a more linear feel as you make your way through a variety of dungeons uncovering mysteries. The combat is pretty much standard for other Megami Tensei games, but with a twist. For starters, the row system, where characters or demons in the first 3 slots of your party are able to do whatever, while the back 3 slots are restricted to range attacks. The Magnetite system from older games also returns, which puts a currency on summoning, so you can't overpower everything with a full party without consequences. This may seem annoying for some players, but I found it fun having to strategize my exploration. Soul Hackers is a great game that holds up really well, and I highly recommend it.
Hey guys, it's me, John Frusciante, and welcome back to It's Music. Today, we're going to be talking about famed Gorillaz album, Plastic Beach. Now, when people talk about Gorillaz, they've usually got like the 3 big boys. So you get to have, you've got Plastic Beach, then you've got like Demon Days, and then you've got the other one that everyone remembers, but I can't remember the name of, but it's still really good. Put it there. But when it gets to Plastic Beach, you kind of have to, you go from the Demon Days aesthetic of the intense, like, indie alt thing that Damon Albarn's going for, because, this is after Humans and after the Fall, and you're like, okay, we're gonna get into some new stuff here. And he's like, I used to be in a band called Blur, and we were really good in indie. But then he decided, what if we went from, like, indie rock into this weird, trippy soundscape, but not in the ambiance way. So you get songs like Up on Melancholy Hill, which are these sick synth soundscapes that instead of taking you to these weird, like, trippy, like, vaporwave places, you get to go to these, like, hyper emotional mind palace things. That song is great. Fun fact, now don't go telling anybody, but Gorillaz isn't even a real band. This guy, Damon Albarn, who I've been talking about, who's really cool, he comes along and he finds this other dude who's actually my brother, Jamie Hewitt, and he goes, okay, I'm going to animate these guys, and you're going to work on this, but it's not a real band. You see, you've got, like, this guy, and then you've got this guy, and this guy, and this guy. They're not real. They're animated characters. They've tricked us all. But still, it's really good, because all he's doing is being a musical genius while he gets other people to work with him. And then this guy's over here, and he's drawing them, and we were all bamboozled by the big brain plays of one British guy. Now, among the other really crazy, weird emotion shifts this album has, you've got probably my personal favorite Gorillaz song ever, Super Fast Jellyfish. Now, this song makes my heart hum like the well-controlled engine of a car. This is amazing. De La Soul is amazing. Damon Albarn is doing something here that I like. There are a few other songs that we just don't talk about. There's not the best, not bad, not very good. But this stuff, we love this stuff. The way he uses the old aesthetic of a commercial to create this really cool but really weird kind of pseudo hip-hop rap song makes my heart sing with joy. Now, overall, a lot of people will say that Demon Days is the best one. Usually people give this like a 9, maybe even a 10. For me, though, saying Plastic Beach is a little higher, I'm actually gonna say this little love project of Albarn's actually puts this one more of like a, I think, best case scenario. We're calling this an 8, closer to a 9. But overall, this is one of those things where, he tried something new, and I loved it.
The spring musical has finally been announced. This year, students will be performing The Addams Family. Rehearsals start March 7th from 3 to 5:30, and the show will be performed May 19th through the 22nd. Julia is back this week, sharing another recipe, and Alec is quick to follow, sharing his book review of the week. Take it away, guys. we promised, this week we have the winners of the Monument Spartan Scavenger Hunt. Congratulations to the team Brains, Brawn, and Beauty. Now it is finally time for the new edition of our Sports Weekly, where we give you all the latest updates in the sports world. First off, Wesley gives us the national sports news, and with the Olympics happening, there is a lot. Let's see what he has to share. Directly following, Caden will be sharing all the latest basketball news. during February break, there will be no MMTV episode airing next Sunday. But don't worry, we will return on the following Sunday, March 6th. Plants are such complex creatures. There is truly so much to know about them. Let's see what Ray has to share about them this week.
Welcome back to Ray's Not So Neighborhood Plants and Botany. Today we have the dragonblood tree, or the Sakautra dragon tree. It is an evergreen tree belonging to the Dracana family. It is native only to the island of Sakautra, Yemen, in the granite mountains and limestone plateaus that it has been inhabiting for hundreds of thousands of years. The tree got its name from the sap within it that looks like red blood and is classified as one of the few bleeding trees in the world. Due to this trait, the sap on the tree has huge historical significance. It was thought that the sap was dragon's blood, which made it very sought out in old Europe for alchemy until the Renaissance and medieval periods when other plants were used. The sap and berries of the tree are used in small amounts to cure illness and strengthen immune systems of mainly herd animals like cows and goats kept by the indigenous people of the island. Though in small amounts it can help cure sickness, in large amounts it can cause you to become severely ill or even for you to have heart problems or die. But in more recent years it has been harvested by large companies to turn into high-demand lipstick, body lotion, shampoo, toothpaste, and many other products that have caused the species to become endangered. The fact that the tree is so ancient explains how perfectly it has become in terms of evolution. The sturdy roots and tree trunk make it steady during typhoon season, and the umbrella of brittle leaves overhead work well to soak up all the water and store it in the roots below. Here are some fun facts about the dragonblood tree. The dragonblood tree produces small white or green flowers at the end of its branches during February, its blooming season. Dragonblood trees can live over 600 years. The dragonblood tree is very slow growing, and a plant can take 8 to 10 years for it to only reach 3 feet in height, even though a full-grown tree is about 30 feet tall. The ripe fruit of the tree can be found at the leaf base about 5 months after pollination. Birds eat the fruit of the tree, which helps in pollination and repopulation of the plant. When the tree is injured or the bark is broken, red sap will leak out of the tree, looking like blood, hence where most of its name origin came from. The leaves of the tree can be used to make rope. Because they are native only to Sakautra, it is impossible to grow them on your own. According to an Indian legend, a dragon and an elephant, both representing different gods, fought on the island. Their battle ended up killing each other, and their blood mixed together in the ground, going into the roots of the tree and creating the dragonblood tree. That's all on our Crimson Friend for now. See you next time on Ray's Not So Neighborhood Plants.
Juniors, SAT signups have arrived. Please register if interested by March 3rd at 1 p.m. It is $55, but exemptions are available for those who need it upon request. The testing will take place Wednesday, April 13th. It is TV time. First, we have the Mias with their review on the hit show Love is Blind. Then, Tessa Falls with a movie review on the movie Sing Street right after.
Hello everyone and welcome back to me and Mia's TV review. Today we decided since last Monday was Valentine's Day, why not do a love related show. The show is called Love is Blind. The show has one season and it's about how they took 10 single people, 5 girls and 5 boys, put them in separate rooms so only the girls could see the girls and the boys could see the other boys. During the day, they all go in these private rooms where they talk to somebody without seeing anything about each other. They were able to have an hour-long conversation each day. They would have to talk to everybody so that way they just don't get attached to one person so quickly. This would last for 2 weeks, then the person that you've been talking to through a wall is able to propose. If you say yes, you will be able to get to see each other before you go to the honeymoon for another 2 weeks. During the vacation, you can see the drama happen as this one girl was in love with a guy who asked another girl to be his bride. She then said yes to the other man and was trying to hit on the first guy the whole time during the honeymoon. After the honeymoon, they go and visit the parents. You could tell that everyone was nervous, and it was pretty funny to see. You can see the parents and their disapproval faces towards some of the children's partners. Finally, if you pass the parents, you go to the final stage of getting married. It's wedding day, and all these couples that have survived for so long are getting ready to walk down the aisle. You can see some couples are the good nervous, but there are also couples who shouldn't be together.
I'm not going to say who gets married and who doesn't, but I will let you know that some people walked down the aisle but never got married. After the marriage of some and the ending of others, they did a reunion interview. You sat with your partner or would-be partner and you talked about your time on the show and what's going on there with their lives now. You can see even though some couples didn't get married, they did love each other and kept dating. My favorite part is when they showed the cast all the drama that happened in, like, on film and all that, and you can see them either apologize or fight more or get embarrassed. There's only one season, but it's something fun to binge on a snow day or whenever you're extremely bored. It's out on Netflix. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day.
Basketball fans, tomorrow, the 21st at 6 p.m., the Western Mass Basketball Tournament will begin. 150 tickets will be available for Monument students to purchase as season's passes will not be validated. Tickets are now available using the MMRHS GoFan link. In today's crazy society, it's hard to tell what is real and what is fake. That's why we have Gage with this week's Mythbuster segment. Following, Weatherman Luke shares the weekly forecast.
everybody. Today's weather is going to be partly sunny with a high of 37 degrees and a low of 19. As you can see here, it's going to be pretty warm this week. We got about a couple days where the weather's in the 40s. And we got a weekly high today on Monday of 52 degrees, and it's going to be staying in the high 40s throughout the week. And we're expecting a large storm hitting from about Tuesday to Thursday. There's about a 40 to 50% chance of rain in those days. And you know, it's going to drop back down into the 30s on Friday. We can expect to see maybe some snow depending on what the temperature does. It's one of those kind of gimme days where it's going to participate either way. Whether it's going to be snow or rain, we'll see. But if it is snow, we're expecting about 1 to 3 inches, possibly. Probably just going to be a lot of freezing rain. And, you know, it could be very slippery Friday. But the weekend is going to be very nice with a beautiful day on Saturday. And most of the rain will be gone by then, hopefully. We're expecting to see mostly sunny skies on Saturday and the highs of 40, the high of 41 on Saturday. So, yeah, that's your weekly weather report. Back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Luke. Now, seniors, it's that time of the year. The $100 class due is required before graduation, yet exemptions are available for students who need it. These dues cover caps and gowns, prom, and even more. Let's check out Troy's segment discussing all things Legos. Right after, Henry shares a review on streetwear from the Netherlands. is time for the next in-school weekly lunch schedule, which starts on Monday the 28th. Monday starts off with chicken patty sandwiches. Tuesday they will be serving fish sandwiches. Wednesday is Dr. Seuss's birthday, therefore green eggs and ham will be served. Then we finish off the week with Thursday's barbecue pork riblet sandwiches and Friday's cheese pizza. Last but never least, Orson is back on his segment, Shoe Review.
Alright, so tell me about your shoes, Luke.
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah.
Concludes our special edition February break show. Thank you for your continued support. As always, if you have any suggestions, we're all ears. Please send us any suggestions to our email, monument.tv2021@gmail.com. Have a relaxing break, and we look forward to seeing you next time. This has been Samantha from MMTV, signing off. Have a nice evening, everyone.